Greetings, fellow Earthlings and viewers across the World Wide Web. This is Toon 215, and right now we're in the state of Pennsylvania. We're currently in the city of Philadelphia. Today we're going to be doing a continuation part 2 of our West Philadelphia Market Frankford line above ground train walkthrough. We're walking below the above ground train. If you haven't got a chance to check out part 1, make sure you watch that. We walked eastbound to westbound here in West Philly. Now we're walking westbound to eastbound. On our right hand side we have plenty of traffic. We're getting closer and closer to rush hour. It is Friday around 4 p.m. Eastern time zone. The weather's around 79 degrees. We got sunny skies with some clouds. We're on Market, walking eastbound on Market. We have 1 North Hurst Street on our left. Market Street separates south from north here in Philadelphia. So technically we're on the north side of the tracks. When we started part 1, we were on the south side of the tracks, which is simply across the street. So we're walking through a commercial strip. This is a commercial district, plenty of businesses, storefronts. We passed several dozen barbershops, salons, child care centers, and so on. We're gonna continue moving forward. Eastbound on Market. We have a sewing machine and vacuum cleaner repair shop on our left. Looks like it's out of business. Market King Garden, Chinese and American food. That's one thing that you'll always find in Philly is a Chinese store. There's Chinese stores everywhere, and they usually stay open pretty late. We're capturing footage in 8K Ultra HD resolution, which you are now watching in a downsized 4K resolution version. YouTube does not give an option higher than 4K. So make sure you adjust the settings on your browser. Click the little gear wheel on your YouTube browser. There's a drop-down menu, and then you can adjust the resolution. If you're watching on a cell phone, it may automatically recommend the resolution below 480 pixels, which is average. But if you want to see the clarity, put it on its highest resolution. So we have Wheels of Soul Motorcycle Club on our right. If you checked out part 1, we walked by our motorcycle club. We have the continuation Wheels of Soul on our left, this yellow building. They're actually renting it as retail space, but this was once one of their locations. We're at 61st. We're gonna cross over 61st and Market. We have A&D Seafood on our left and a laundromat on our left. Another train on our right hand side. Now, if you're familiar with the Bronx, New York, they have a similar above ground train. It looks similar. The one that's on Kensington has the posts on the outside near the sidewalks, while this one has center posts. I don't recall, but does the one in the Bronx have center posts, or does it have posts on the left and on the right? I mean, this looks like it has a couple on the left and on the right. You see it? See right here, it has one on the left. But through the most part of this above ground train over here in West Philly, it's running through the center beams that's holding up the train tracks. We're approaching Edgewood. We have a plumbing and electrical supply, hardware, houseware, storm windows repair shop on our left, and a Liberty a la food cart on our right. Divinity Hall Community Event and Banquet Center on our left. It's a banquet hall in case you want to rent it. 31 SEPTA bus stop on our right. And now we're approaching 60th Street. So as we walk eastbound, you'll begin to notice the skyline.
What's up, Cannon? What you doing?
What's up, sir? What's up, sir? Yeah, virtual walkthrough.
Walking through?
Virtual walkthrough from west to east.
Oh, no doubt, bro.
Yes, sir.
I'm following.
Be safe.
All right.
Thank you. Yeah, he gave me a pound. He gave me a fist bump. We have an affordable housing center of a Pennsylvania location on our left. This is where you come if you want to try to get prepared for home buying. They have home buyer preparation courses, foreclosure prevention, mortgage and real estate tax programs, rental counseling, eviction prevention in case you're getting evicted, utility assistance, credit improvement, and home improvement workshops and things of that nature. We're at 59th and Market. We have a police camera on our left-hand side above. We have a kiddie prep academy on our left, a kiddie prep academy. A cafe, Crim's Cafe, Buttons and Bow, Child Care Center, another Child Care Center. Then looks like another Child Care Center. They had two Child Care Centers back to back. I have a business on our left called The Muffler Bay. The Muffler Bay. I guess you can get supplies when you work on your pipe. Well, I guess not. It looks like they repurposed the building to, again, another salon. It still had the original muffler sign on the business though. Solid Rock Church of God on our left-hand side. So there's literally a church right under the L. We're at 58th and Market. We have TNT Grocery 5 on our left. Looks like, what is it? 5 who? Oh, it's just called 5. I thought it was called like 5 guys, 5 bros, 5 sisters, 5 grandparents, 5 nephews, 5 cats, 5 dogs, chickens or something. It's just called 5. TNT Grocery 5. So on our left hand side, it looks like we have some front lawns. Some of the lawns are covered with tarps. So the skyline disappeared a little bit. I guess we were a little elevated behind us. it was more visible when we was like a block or two behind us. In front of us, there's trees and all types of pieces that accept the track that's blocking the city's view. But as we get to the end of this strip, you guys are gonna see, we're gonna get a pretty nice view of the skyline. There's different areas of the city where you can look at the skyline from, and I think I've looked at it from quite a few areas. Like you can literally see the skyline from North Philly, from Northeast Philly, from South Philly, from Southwest Philly, from West Philly, from Northwest Philly. Like literally, depending on where you stand at. I was thinking of trying to take a photo from every side of the city and just put them like on. That'd be a nice portrait, like a giant frame, right? Like a big frame for the living room, but it'll have the skyline and maybe a dozen different views from all around the city. You know what I mean? But the trick will be do it around the same type of weather condition and do it around the same time of day. So for example, maybe around the golden hour, we just passed 57th Street, 57th and Market. We have Little Stars Childcare 2. Everyone can reach for the Stars Academy on our left. Again, another academy for children. Z and Y Laundromat Convenience Grocery Store on our left, located at 5635 Market. We have some homes over here on our left hand side. There's a pretty big sidewalk that's separating the homes from the actual train tracks. And again, as I mentioned in part one, that's probably due to a noise reduction design. They probably wanted to push them further away from the tracks so it wouldn't be as noisy. I'm sure it's still noisy, but probably not as noisy. And I don't know if they give those houses special attention, like special Dynamat during the construction. Dynamat is a sound deadening material. It comes in like a roll, and you can put it between your car's panels. So if you have like a car system, and you ever heard your car system rattle, and your trunk rattle, your license plate rattle, your door panels rattle, you buy this material. It's somewhat expensive. You buy this material and you place it in between all your areas that's rattling. Or if you want to go all in, just take out your whole interior, your dash, your door panels, your ceilings, your headliner, take out your rugs, take out everything. You take a whole couple rolls, wrap it all throughout the whole entire panel. After you wrap it inside the panel, when you dump your music, it's gonna sound clear. It's gonna be a lot more solid than it being rattly and loose. And you're gonna have a lot of air pockets and airways. But that's really what you wanna use to get the quality sound. It's called Dynamat. There's a lot of knockoff materials or like more affordable versions, but the official authorized brand is Dynamat. It's good stuff. They probably have a version of that Dynamat for the house, because I don't think they use the house stuff for the car, or the car stuff for the house. All right, we're approaching 55th Street. We'll be at 55th and Market shortly. There's a cemetery right here on my left-hand side. I believe the cemetery belongs to the Salvation Army. Yeah, it is the Salvation Army's West Philadelphia Corpse Community Center. Reverend Isaac Leeser, the eminent Jewish leader, is buried here. Wow. So he's buried in this burial ground. We're walking by a cemetery on our left-hand side. I see a nice mural from afar on my right-hand side that reads, The summer of love. You still see some gravestones over here on my left. You see them? We're approaching Conestoga. We just passed the 1 block of North Conestoga. Starting to see a little bit of the Liberty building tower over all the stuff that's blocking. You got more yellow leaves on the ground due to it being fall. I don't think it's actually officially fall yet, is it? We just had the 31 bus pass by us. The Eco Center Royal Maine Beauty Studio. Again, another beauty studio. On our left, we have another police officer station. On our right, a few blocks behind us, there was a police officer station. There's one station right here. We're at 54th and Market. Now, West Philadelphia, although it's not as bad as it once was, it receives its fair share of crime. There's plenty of headlines in the area. Plenty of news headlines within, I would say, the 2 mile perimeter square around this area. Yes, sir. All right, we're about to pass Ruby. We have the First Resurrection Baptist Church over here on my left-hand side. The Right Care for You Home Health Care Agency. Passing some debris, some trash that's scattered on the ground. And it looks like we're about to pass another cluster of businesses. We're approaching 53rd Street. 53rd. We have a bar on our left-hand side. A lot more of the businesses look like they're open over here versus some of the blocks we passed that they were less crowded. This one looks like some of the businesses are still open.
I didn't think he would.
Somebody was playing Michael Jackson to Beat It. That's classic. Passing another bar in Delhi. And we got 52nd Street Bistro. They got like gyros, all types of food. Wow. Passing the Citizens Bank on my left hand side. I see a nice mural directly in front of us. You can see that the mural in front of us has letters falling from the side of the building, the alphabet, and then it says, if you were here, I'd, let me read the rest. It's covered by the bushes. We're passing a Raz mural, a really big Raz mural here in West Philly. Raz was a notorious, well-known graffiti writer from Philadelphia's earlier culture. The earlier days, he was part of the foundation. We're approaching 51st Street. We have Major League Cuts on our left hand side and an outdoor ATM. It is a beautiful shot of that guy right there in front of us on the bicycle. Oh man, like 5 to 7 seconds of that clip would have been golden. Color correct it, put some wide bars, put some cinematic music, slow it down with him riding the bicycle. That was an epic shot. I'm sorry. That's the cinematographer in me thinking about the shot. We're passing Dearborn Street. And now we're approaching Farson, F-A-R-S-O-N, Farson block. Oh, they dumping the old school. Okay, yeah, kill it, y'all. Subscribe, smash that thumbs up button, show some love. Let me know your thoughts. If you have any knowledge of the neighborhood and you want to share your thoughts, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section so other viewers who are reading the comments from the other side of the globe can not only learn from me, but they can learn from you guys. People who have stories to tell. So now we're gonna get some of the big buildings peeking out again. I think after the next block, we should be able to see them more clearly. I like this building in front of us. I like the corner structure. It has like a cone top, you see it? Reminds me of like that Swiss influence. Now we're passing 50th and Market. Now, if you're new to the channel, I have covered this entire train station multiple times on different dates in the past. I've driven through many of the neighborhoods that line these train tracks. So you can feel free to explore the channel to check out some of my other videos. I have over 500 plus videos covering over 100 neighborhoods here in Philadelphia. We're approaching St. Bernard on our left hand side. We're now approaching 49th Street. We have Foreman Mills on our right hand side. Foreman Mills, if you're not familiar with the franchise, they have affordable clothing, men's and women's, and they have children's clothing too. And they usually have clothing at a lot cheaper costs. Love the bike, man. There was an older gentleman right there who had an old school GT. We just passed the CVS. Yo, I almost slipped on a mango. You know how in the cartoons people slip on banana peels? I didn't even know it was possible to slip on a mango. I just stepped on a mango peel, I guess, and I went sliding. I was about to start moonwalking. Yeah, so the older gentleman was, I think he was working on his bike, but he had a 24-inch GT Performer, like the old school chrome one. He had the OG bike, and he was an older guy. He was probably in his 60s. So he had a really nice bike. Keeping it alive. You don't see GTs, especially like that, out on the road anymore. I'm telling you, that bike was worth some money. He said, thanks, man. You already know, OG. The Children's Hospital of Philadelphia, Nicholas and Athena Karabots Pediatric Care Center on our left-hand side. There's also some abandoned projects coming up at the end of like the next block and a half on our left-hand side. Passing a food truck. Next to the 31 bus stop in front of Children's Hospital. We're at 48th and Market. We have 10 seconds to cross the street. 6, 5, 4, 3. Why haven't you smashed that thumbs up button yet? 2, 1. Ding, 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 ding. If you just smash that thumbs up button, I'm going to mail you $1.1 million cold, hard cash. Watch this John have like 1 million thumbs up. It's like, no. Imagine that. I'm giving away $1,000 to everyone who thumbs up this video. Yo, that's how you get your stuff shared real quick. Plenty of parking space on this block, but it looks like we have a government building on our left before we get towards where the projects were. I don't know if all the projects are abandoned, but I do know some of them are. Now the demographics here in West Philadelphia are a higher percentage of Black Americans and or African Americans. There's a higher percentage versus when you go to like North Philly, you have a higher percentage of Hispanics. Or let's say certain areas of the Northeast or South Philadelphia, you have a higher percentage of Caucasians, and so on. We're approaching 46th Street, 46th and Market. We have an Aldi's on our left-hand side, and then you can see the projects. You see the project building that's standing right behind the Aldi's food market. Now, I don't know how many other food markets do this, but Aldi's, they make you put a quarter inside of the cart. So if you want to get your quarter back, you got to bring back the cart. They got a Will Smith painting on one of the beams that's holding up the train on our right-hand side. It's a picture of Will Smith's face. We're approaching a few more paintings. NASA astronaut, Gwyn Bluford. He kind of looked like Jamie Foxx. We have a fruit, little, I would call this lunch truck over here on our left. A fruit smoothie cart. And we have some sports merchandise, knitted hats, sweaters, things like that for sale out here. We're passing Aldi. Aldi's like a cheap, affordable supermarket. You could compare it to like Save a Lot. I don't know if you guys been to Save a Lot. It's like that, or like Little's. Some people call it Lidl. Some people call it Little. I'll just say Little. All right, so right here is where the above ground train goes below ground. And when it travels through Center City, Philadelphia, it remains underground until it comes up after 2nd Street. And when it arrives at Spring Garden Station, it's above ground again. So there's a period that those blue tracks that you see go above ground. Now we have a subway that primarily runs underground. It's the Broad Street line that runs north to south, south to north. This runs west to east. This will take you to lower northeast, Frankford Terminal. And right here, as you can see above us, the train is turning. And as we approach 45th Street, not only does the train disappear and we get guided towards traditional traffic, you continue walking eastbound, you'll head towards Center City, and then you get a nice view of the skyline too. We do have some of the trees still blocking the view, but we're now approaching 45th Street. We're at the intersection of 45th and Market here in West Philadelphia.